I'm not. I can't afford to not record.
Welcome to the BYOK Live, where we discuss the trending stories, strangest dilemmas, and real life topics. Okay now, lovelies, let's get into some things. Hello. It is June 28th, the last Wednesday of the month.
Yes.
Did it fly by?
Yes.
Yes, this is another episode with Mommy and I.
Hi.
With BYOK 2 cents. How's your week been so far?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Same here. Just are you got any plans for the 4th?
I don't know. Do we?
Well, we got the holiday coming up,
Yes,
and so do you guys have any plan? How was your week? Hey,
Turkey wings.
Hey, turkey wings. Instead of grilling, Mom wants to make turkey wings. I ain't mad at her because I love it, Mama. Hey, how are you guys doing? How was your week going so far? It is hump day.
Yes.
Hump. I wonder what. Oh, because never mind. That was a dumb question. Anyways.
It's okay, you guys.
Hey, gorgeous.
Hey.
All right. So, do you have anything to say before we get into the show?
Oh, let's get
started. Today's topic is all about what we say to ourselves, our inner dialogue. So, let's get into some things first.
Let's go.
You know what? What I love about this show is you don't know what's on purpose on accident. So, so we're going to get into our first segment, Sunshine, where we just talk about some positive things first that's been going on in the media. Oh, yes. Hello, Fluent Radio. Excuse me. I'm so rude. Welcome to the BYOK 2 cent. How are you doing? How's your week been going? Also, for you, if you are on YouTube, make sure that you hit that notification and that like button. If you are on Facebook, please follow me. All of my social media is Be Your Own Kind 24, and on YouTube is BYOK platform. So I think I got. And if you are headed out, just go put it on your phone, www.fluentradio.com. And you can listen to the audio version.
Yes.
Mom, keep me on my toes. Anything else? Did I miss anything else?
You got it.
Okay, got it. All right. So now let's get into our sunshine.
Daydream. I fell asleep beneath the flowers.
I used to have a post-it note when I was by myself to try to remind myself to say certain stuff.
Oh, well.
Glad that you're here. So one of the highlights, I did not watch the BET Awards. If you watched it, how did you feel about it? I heard like a lot of mixed reviews about it, but I was happy to see this Coco Jones, because a lot of people just not heard about her being on the Fresh Prince, what's it called? The new Fresh Prince show.
Okay.
Right. I can't think of the actual name that they call it now, but Bel Air. It's called Bel Air. Yeah. So she was awarded her first BET Awards. And she's been singing for years. So I'm happy that I also just love the positivity in that. Like, Don't stop fighting. Like, she has been singing for years. And she finally got her flowers. She got the show, which kind of boosted, visibility to her music, even for the people that didn't know who she was.
Right.
And she's been killing it. She has been killing it. So congratulations, Coco. Congratulations, Coco. So I thought this was a nice little addition for Sunshine. Lizzo touches my heart all the time. She just touches my soul. So Lizzo, on Lizzo Be Eating on Instagram, she said this is a picture for those in the audio with her just touching a little girl's hand. And she says, everything I do is for her so that she grows up knowing how to love herself radically. While people are hating on her, look what she's doing.
Oh, wow.
She's loving on her. And I actually teared up when I saw this because I thought this was just so heartwarming
and encouraging. That little girl she's never gonna forget that.
Never gonna forget that. And as you see, she's a little chubby girl, and so that's gonna, because you don't know, because kids are rude. It's bullies out there. It's bullies out there, so you never know. The whole purpose I feel in life is just to touch someone. If you could just touch someone. Right.
If you could just want someone.
Right.
Everybody reaching for moon and the stars. Just stay right here. And touch
Just
the
stay right there.
Just stay
Like
on
where are
Earth.
you going?
Stay on Earth.
Right. So
I saw this.
you saw this? You saw this? So this will be for the
Yes.
next segment. So before we get into the next segment, you want to get into a commercial break?
Yes.
All right, let's catch up with Miss Metchi.
Y'all, it's your girl, Miss Metchi, checking in with my girl, Renita from Be Your Own Kind. You know that's my sis. Make sure that you tune in every Thursday to the Blueprint Live at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on Facebook and YouTube. And then you can catch me on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediacode.com today.
Okay. Make sure that you follow my partner at Miss Metchi on Instagram and Twitter. Yes.
She wants to know what
you got going on. That's my favorite
That's
part.
my favorite
of the whole
part.
Commercial. All right, so are you ready with? Oh, we already on Key with Reed.
Yeah.
You ready? Here we go. All right, Mom. Cynthia not here yet, so you're gonna have to do it without her.
Just Cynthia, where are you?
These are not too bad. Not too bad.
Not too
So
bad.
the first one, Mom says she knows about it. Miss Riri, she appointed a new CEO of Savage Fenty after stepping down. The people are mad. Why are they mad? Because it is not a woman of color. And number two, people are misconstruing CEO as her selling the company.
Oh, no.
So she's not selling the company. She just stepped down because, as you know, she is with child. This is her second child. She has a family, and it makes sense. She's realizing that you can't have it all, but you can't do it all. And I love that.
I like that.
I love that. So Rihanna has stepped down as CEO of her lingerie brand, Savage X Fenty, and it's just the lingerie brand.
Right.
It's not even like the beauty or skin. On the 23rd of June, the billionaire beauty mogul appointed Hillary Super, the former CEO of Anthropologie Group, to take her place as CEO. Rihanna has held the position since she founded Savage Fenty in 2018. So she's not stepping down from the whole Fenty brand.
She just passed.
So this person on Instagram broke down CEO, which Chief Executive Officer, meaning as the owner, Rihanna, I appointed you to be my voice and make executive decisions when necessary to move the company forward. Stepping down as CEO to let others run it, to run your empires when you know you're making a real bag, or it's when you know you can't do it all.
Right.
So congratulations to Riri for realizing
that you can have it all, but you can't do
it all. You can have it all, but you can't do
your
it all.
capacity. We always go back to that.
You got to go to the capacity. So I say good for knowing your capacity, girl. And Riri can't do no wrong with me anyway.
Yeah,
I love Riri.
We know.
I love Riri. So I don't know if you guys noticed, it was a little smoky in the air. And so I saw, courtesy of Best Date Food, it says, did you notice smog and smoke in the air this morning on your way to work? If so, you weren't the only one. This was yesterday. As of yesterday morning, the World Air Quality Index is reporting that Chicago currently has the worst air quality in the world among big cities due to wildfire smoke from Canada making its way to Chicago and other parts of the Midwest. The air quality in Chicago is currently classified as unhealthy, and the National Weather Service is recommending you limit prolonged outdoor time. The city of Chicago says they are currently monitoring these unsafe conditions and will provide updates and resources as needed.
Cool.
So Mom actually let us all know about this yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
I'm like, I'm going to go for a walk. And she's like, go in the house. Go in the house immediately.
You're working from home. Go in the house.
So with that being said, I was sent this interesting video that I want to share. Now, if you don't like offensive language, leave and come back. So let's get into what this lady, Aaliyah Bay, had to say on TikTok. It's from the beginning. So just hear her out for a minute. First, I need to unmute it.
Government is so shady. Literally, I woke up this morning, and if you're anywhere in Northwest Indiana to all the way to Chicago, you know that we could barely see this morning. Like, the air quality is so bad right now. It's actually the worst in the world ever right now. Don't believe me? Look at this.
I approve.
Hello, okay.
And look at this.
No, we just talked about this.
I know how you girls like to tussle in my comments about articles and everything else, but just fucking look it up. I don't got time to argue with y'all today.
Right.
A bitch can't even breathe. Basically, they're trying to say that the Canadian wildfires is the cause of all this smoke and shit in the air or whatever's in the air, but it's bullshit.
But it
Because
makes sense.
apparently people have been calling 911 since Sunday saying that we smell gas and that there is this rotten smell, which is a smell that they add to the gas in your stove so that we can, be aware of it and not die. Y'all, why the fuck did it just come out that BP actually had a leak? And BP claims that it's just a smell, but we all know when you smell gas, it's gas. I honestly think there was a major BP gas leak in the Chicago plant. Here's the article. Suspecting a gas leak, hundreds of calls flooded 911, leading police departments across the region, including Chesterton, Valparaiso, Portage, and Michigan City. Now, if you're somewhere in the world you don't know where those cities are, we are literally directly around the Chicagoland area. Y'all, didn't they come out today and say this?
What, BP Whiting refinery disruption triggered.
The BP Whiting refinery, which is the mill where they have BP gas and everything else that can potentially kill us if it explodes, releases a statement saying that it was an unplanned flaring as Northwest Indiana residents reported smell. They didn't want to come out and tell us some goddamn wildfires. You telling me these wildfires skipped every other city and state before Canada and just decided to drop in Northwest Indiana at the same time that BP's having a leak? This is a prime example of how the government will fucking lie and lie and lie and lie. They don't want people to freak out, but I have asthma, and I literally went outside for 2 minutes after I got off work, and I could not fucking breathe. My chest hurts. I've had to take an albuterol inhaler. I couldn't even get the shit out. Okay? It literally looks like the fucking apocalypse outside. And y'all want to tell us it's Canadian wildfires. If y'all don't get y'all dumb, stupid, real goofy asses the fuck out here and clean this shit up,
she's really
fuck,
mad.
we can't breathe. But y'all want to keep lying. Just lying. You guys,
okay. So I will say a little bit to her defense is New York was cloudy like that a couple of weeks ago.
A cousin called today and said it.
Right. So it's actually just moving along the world. It's just smoke, it's air. So it's just traveling along with the wind. Essentially. So
it's toxic,
it is toxic. But however, there wasn't a highlight on this BP gas leak, and I didn't even know about this or the article until I saw somebody sent me this TikTok video. So, I mean, I don't know.
Tell us everything.
They do not tell us everything. How you guys doing out there? Hey, Fluent Radio.
Hey, Fluent Radio. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. You ready for the next one?
Yeah. So
do you have any? Did you have any comments on it?
No, they don't tell us everything.
No, they definitely don't. This is something interesting, Mom. So this is a letter that an employer wrote or email that an employer wrote to their employees. That's context. So the employer says, "Hey, hello all. Happy Wednesday. I'm not so happy this morning. Yesterday, 3 of you submitted your 2 weeks notice. All 3 of you claimed it was because of a better opportunity, not even thinking about the fact that some of your coworkers have lives outside of this job and children in caps. Your better opportunities, doubtful we pay you all fair wages, are really worth affecting your team members' quality of life. I myself have children, and instead of being at their band recital this week, I will have to be sitting at work posting job offers on Indeed instead. This is outrageous. You all need to speak amongst yourselves and plan things out so you don't leave a company high and dry all at once. The lack of consideration from employees I previously had a different impression of is astounding. The new rule in our employee handbook will be updated to now requiring a 3-month notice, since that's how long it took to train you. You will give 3 months notice and train your replacement in the meantime, and your 3 months notice will serve as your consent for your base pay to be lowered by $6 an hour.
Wow.
Since you will be leaving, your reduction in pay should be no issue. That's how this works from now on. You can thank your insubordinates for this. You can also thank them for the extra 30 hours of overtime per week you will be assigned to until I find new hires and they are fully trained. I expect full cooperation from this team moving forward. It sounds like a walkout.
Oh wow.
Because why would I work for $6 an hour for 3 months before I leave?
Most people don't know 3 months before they're leaving the job.
But it's 2 weeks notice.
It's 2 weeks notice.
I just think the labor, like right now, the workforce is insane. They're saying people don't want to work, but I think people just want to work for themselves. And now that you have contracting work like Uber and Postmates and whatever else, consulting and online. Really, 2020 people was just like the hell with the traditional workforce.
That's what happened. 2020 people saw that you could be effective, first of all, working at home.
Right.
Then you could be more effective working for yourself.
Right.
So whereas you were like locked in before and was like, this is what I have to do to eat, 2020 let you know you can't go outside. So you had to figure it out.
Right.
And by it being figured out now, it's like, okay, it's 2023. That really pretty much worked in 2020. So let's keep it going.
Right. And no one wants to go back.
Nobody wants to go back. Nobody wants to work. People are posting jobs and nobody's answering the jobs. You know, a lot of people are giving incentives just to employees to refer somebody to the job. You know, that's what I'm hearing a lot of employees are doing. They're paying employees to find replacements for their team members. Right. It has gotten that desperate.
Yeah.
So they don't want to be locked in anymore.
Right. And so a lot of employers are irritated. So I get the irritation, but a 3-month notice?
3 months? I mean, really, most people don't know 3 months in advance. I'm just saying, I mean, what do you think? Generally, do you think people know 3 months in advance that they're going to be afforded an opportunity 3 months later? No, that's kind of like
where do they do that at?
3 months. That's where. I mean, I can say, you know, they say maybe 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks, another extra week, but 3 months. That's excessive. That's ludicrous.
That is ludicrous. Speaking to something that's positively ludicrous, we have a car show coming up at Fluent Radio.
Yes.
So let's get into that commercial and we'll be right.
The members only car club. Where my members only car club members at? Show some love right now. That's what it's all about, guys.
Hey guys, this is Lady Fluent here, and I wanted to remind you all to save the date for Saturday, August the 12th, 2023, where we will be hosting and broadcasting live from our 3rd annual car show featuring the Members Only Car Club that will be held in Crestwood, Illinois. The event will take place in the parking lot of At the Office Bar and Grill on Calsac Road, just west of Cicero Avenue. Registration will begin at 9 to 12 p.m. and will be $20 for motorcycles and $25 per car. This event is free for spectators and will have 10 categories, including 2 Best of Show awards, Best Club Participation, and the Kids' Choice Award. And yes, we will also be hosting our fundraiser again. This year, we are going to be partnering with Dr. Keisha Roberts-Tabb for our fundraising efforts, in which proceeds of the event will be donated to the RTA Group for the 2024 Girls Night Out Rally in support of human trafficking awareness. The RTA Group is dedicated to bringing awareness to human trafficking through training, evaluation, coaching, and counseling to ensure that vulnerable populations are afforded the best care and treatment possible without violating their dignity and safety. Fluent Radio is proud to become sponsors of the 2024 Girls Night Out Rally, which will take place on January 12, 2024. For more information on the RTA Group, human and sex trafficking, or Dr. Keisha Roberts-Tabb, please visit www.drkeisharobertstab.com. So drop on by Saturday, August the 12th. Enjoy yourself and tell a friend. Contact us via email for any additional questions at pr.fluentradio889@gmail.com or online at www.fluentradio.com. Hope to see you there. Bye-bye.
All right. August 12th. We hope to see you there. We'll be there.
We will be there. We're moving around this summer.
Yes. You can go to www.fluentradio.com for more details or just to keep tuning into the show.
Yes.
All right. Are you ready for What's the 411, Mother?
Yes.
All right, let's get into it.
I gotta go and
Okay. I thought this would be interesting for you, Mom.
Since I'm a foodie.
Well, yeah, and you always talking about conspiracy. So, courtesy of the Shade Room, San Francisco and Washington, D.C. restaurants given exclusive access to sell dishes made with lab-grown chicken. So, scientists have figured out a meat production process that doesn't require slaughtering live animals, and now 2 restaurants will be the first to serve lab-grown chickens to the general public. So, San Francisco's Bar Korean and a Washington, D.C. restaurant owned by chef Jose Andres plans to sell the approved meat. However, the exact dates of when the lab-grown meat will be available on their menus are unclear, so they will let you know. They won't just put chicken and you think it's chicken. So for context, the sale approval is new. On Wednesday, June 21st, the U.S. Agriculture Department green-lighted 2 California companies, Upside Foods and Good Meats, on the sale of chicken derived from animal cells. Regulators decided, I guess, to just go with it. How do you feel about this?
I don't want any lab-grown chicken.
You want slaughtered chicken?
I want slaughtered chicken. I want old-fashioned chicken because lab-grown. What is lab-grown? What are they growing there? How are they doing this?
I don't know. Same reason why we have seedless watermelons. I mean, I still can't get over that.
Oh yeah, seedless.
So I mean,
seedless grapes.
I mean, I think this was the objective in the end because remember there was a weird chicken shortage.
Yeah.
But not like the whole chicken, just the chicken wings.
The wings.
But where's the rest of? I mean, the other chicken should have been available. If there's a shortage of chicken wings, shouldn't there be a shortage of chickens? But just the wings, and it's 2 of them. On each chicken.
Right. I mean, make it make sense.
Right. So, hopefully they still, put, how they do the Beyond Meat, that they'll do the Beyond Chicken, so you know what's real and what's not. So I don't know. Maybe this is another vegetarian choice too for people that don't eat meat. Chicken. Yeah, but this is what it looks. I mean, it looks like chicken.
Looks like chicken, it tastes like chicken, but it ain't chicken.
Right, exactly. So we both are really big Madonna fans. Yes. Unfortunately, she has been hospitalized in the ICU, and she's forced to postpone the tour. We may still get a chance to go. She feels better soon. Yeah. So, but her health is more important. Yeah. Madonna's career-spanning celebration tour has been postponed, courtesy of Yahoo Entertainment, after the singer developed a severe infection requiring hospitalization, according to her management. On Saturday, June 24th, Madonna developed a serious bacterial infection, which led to a several-day stay in the ICU. Her manager wrote on Instagram that her health is improving. However, she is still under medical care. A full recovery was expected. At this time, we will need to pause all commitments. It's just she's 64 years old.
Yes, she's a year older than me.
Wow, a 43-city run. She's supposed to go through 43 cities. She's doing what Janet did. I want to see her because I wasn't old enough to see her in the 80s.
We should. Let's see how much.
If she feels better, we should go. But I don't want to buy a ticket and then this is like cancer. No, so I think we should wait a bit. Yeah. But I would love to see her. Even though I've seen her old, like concerts and stuff on YouTube, I would still love to see her live. Even though I missed her as a kid, I would still want.
I've never seen
to
her
see
live.
her live. Yeah. So I get to finally use my flashback soundbite. So I really do love Madonna, and I found an old video where I was really fanning on her. I'm only going to play some of it because it was really exceptionally long. But let's get into me and my rant on Madonna right quick. Off of this subject, look, I am a Madonna fan. And I was too young to really understand her point of view because I was a child. However, I do remember the story when she did release that book and when she was releasing all of these videos, Justify My Love and stuff like that. And I probably shouldn't have been watching, but it was on MTV or whatever. And I believe that I remember when people were calling her out her name and slut shaming her pretty much. And I remember when she released the song Human Nature, and the first words of that song is, I'm not sorry, because they wanted her to issue an apology. And so she's like, okay, I'll apologize. And then she came out with the song Human Nature, which is actually one of my top 5 favorite songs of Madonna. Madonna was a vibe, always has been a vibe, and no one has ever forgotten you, honey, because you're second to none, you know. So I just wanted to I just wanted to fan on her a little bit. This is, and I think this is what she means. Like, remember the comb bra? This was like this was the Vogue age. Like, come on, Vogue. So I did notice that a lot of women are, you know, paying homage to the comb bra. You got Lizzo right here. This is influenced by Madonna, who looks gorgeous. Then you have even Beyonce did it for her Renaissance, and she actually did mention Madonna. She actually did mention Madonna, and she did give her homage. She really did. And then remember this is like a virgin, just like a prayer. This was the time during that. And you see that people are sporting the wedding dress for no reason. So yeah, she's really influenced the culture. She really, really has. So I'll stop there because it was a long, long rant. But I just want to say I hope that she feels better. And I'm always loving on Madonna. She broke barriers, man. Like, all of this stuff we seeing now would not be in fruition if it wasn't for her breaking those barriers. Mm-hmm. Like actually celebrating the sensual side of a woman. Right. And I loved it. And it was no apologies for it at all. So feel better, Madonna. Feel better.
So we can come to your concert. We're so selfish.
So I know you guys have heard about this, so I didn't want to skip over this. This is the Carlisha, what is her last name? Hood. Yeah. Where we all seen the video. I'm not gonna play that video because it's traumatizing. To see a man just beat on a woman like that. And on top of that, people are recording it but not helping. How do you feel about that part?
That's the part for me. It's bad enough that they're having this verbal altercation, and then he hauls off. People are standing there recording it, not trying to, calm the situation down. Right. Somebody should have said, first of all, man, don't talk. It was a man there. I mean, don't disrespect, the lady, like whatever. Then he hauls off and he just punches her. He keeps punching her. And then they run off. Right. They run off. And I'm like, what happened to the people being like, chauvinist?
Was there any other men in there that could have been like, whoa, dude, don't talk to her like that? Like, I feel like it could have been de-escalated. It could have been. But instead of it being de-escalated, they're recording it.
They're recording it. I feel that somebody could have said something before it got to that point. Right. Because the more they talk, you could see him. You could see him getting more, and you could see him. His whole body language was like, I'm getting ready to do something. Right. I didn't know he was going to haul off and hit her. I thought maybe he might curse her out or something. I don't know. That's not right either, but that's better than just punching a woman.
What was the argument about?
A hot dog or something?
We didn't really know because by the time we saw the video, it had escalated. Right. To the point of no return. So because of this, resulted in her son getting a gun. Yeah. Which is a little the cloudy details is that part. Like, did she text him to go get the gun? Did he go get the gun himself? I feel like it is defense, but then there's the question of he shot him once and he shot him over and over again. So she was, as a result to this, she was arrested, and a lot of people fought on her behalf, was like, this was, self-defense. This is an unlawful arrest. And so now she is out and she is suing.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, she is suing the city of Chicago, I think, for $50,000. That's all. That's what. Here's the complaint right here. I looked it up. I was really reading this, but yeah, it says $50,000 on the complaint.
Well, here's the thing, and this is just me. I don't know about anybody else out here. I'm gonna go for more. If I'm gonna sue, I'm going for more than $50,000. But I don't know. Maybe sometimes things are left well enough alone.
Well, she said this was pain and suffering. Well, it was the loss of her liberty, exposure to public scandal and disgrace, damage to her reputation, mental and emotional suffering, humiliation, embarrassment, and anguish.
And it's only worth $50,000.
She says she demands judgment against the defendants, the city of Chicago. She's suing the city of Chicago and the Chicago police officer, Andrew Kemp's, the one who arrested her. Andrew Kemp's and Charles Arts, Michael Buccusini, Borges, and Collifield, in the amount of $50,000. That's it. It's just $50,000. Yep, $50,000.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's plus attorney fees and costs, but this is the complaint. I looked it up today, and that's basically what they're suing for.
I don't know.
But this is what she had to say. This is a 20-minute video. I just want to get to the part where she's talking, because I did watch the whole thing, and I'm not gonna make y'all sit 20 minutes through this. But let
thank
me.
you.
This is.
I want to first thank the Cook County State's Attorney, Kim Fox, for doing the right thing and dismissing.
I don't know if this is her
the charges.
representative or her lawyer.
This is what justice looks like. I also want to acknowledge everyone who has been impacted by this decision.
Hey, girly.
To everyone who has supported Ms. Hood and her family through this trying time, we
I
thank
did.
you.
I survived this deal.
So I want to
Yesterday, criminal charges of first-degree murder were dismissed against Ms. Hood
first agreement.
and her 14-year-old son.
It was
Rightfully so.
the first degree.
Now that she is free, we think it is important that her story is told and that she is heard.
There we go.
Explain your name.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carlisha, Carlishia. Last name is Hood, Hood. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support for me and my family. On June 18th of this year, my life changed. My son's life changed. I've experienced pain in many ways that I would never have thought, never. What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and then arrested. I am thankful that the Cook County State's Attorney dismissed the case. I am also thankful to have my son with me and by my side, and also his charges being dismissed. I thank my family for supporting me and the people all over the world. The people did not play. Yeah. And I just thank God everything was revealed. And just everybody who has been praying and rooting for us, I just thank God for them. That did not go unnoticed. You are all not forgotten. And we are praying for all the families affected by this horrible tragedy. I am now in the process of healing and putting my family's life back together. During this trying time, we ask if, we could please have space to rest and recover from this life-altering situation. And that you all continue to keep us in your prayers. In the near future, I will be able to respond to outpouring of support. Again, I just need a little time to heal and to just get my life back with my baby.
Yeah,
thank you.
He's probably traumatized.
Yeah.
He was 14 years old.
Yeah.
So he's probably traumatized. And then I heard somebody say to protect them because there is still retaliation from the family of the deceased.
Oh, wow.
You didn't think about that. So they're like,
Yeah.
well, protect them now that they're out because you don't know if it's going to be some retaliation because there's somebody out there that loved him.
Right.
He had family.
Right.
And so that's just a tragic over a hot dog, I'm assuming. We don't really know what the argument started, but you could tell that she's traumatic in her response.
Right. She just to decompress.
She has to decompress. And the media not going to let you do that. They're not going to give you a second to just.
It's not their jobs to do that.
No, it's their jobs to pry and pry and pry.
That's how they eat.
Yeah, exactly. So my heart goes out there. I'm glad that they are out of jail, but it's still so much healing because at the end of the day, the 14-year-old has to deal with what happened.
And taking a life, and then the other family has to deal with losing
a life. So yeah, that's a real sticky.
Yeah.
And I tried to avoid it, but it's everywhere. It's all over social media. That and the smoky air.
That has been the topic the last 3 days.
Exactly.
2 days, yeah.
Exactly.
Smoky air and getting punched in public.
Right. So this is the last one. These were some heavy What's the 411s. This is Ralph Yarl. I don't know if you remember him. He was shot by an 84-year-old. He went to the wrong house to pick up his brother. So this is the first time that he is speaking since then. And he speaks so eloquently.
13th. Tell me what happened when you go to that address.
Well, I go into the driveway. I walk up the steps. I ring the doorbell. I see 3 different cameras, like one looking at the driveway, one on the porch. As far as I know, I didn't know their family at all. Like, I had never even seen their friends or their parents before, so maybe this is their house.
Ralph mistakenly going to Northeast 115th Street instead of getting his siblings from Northeast 115th Terrace, 1 block away.
I actually wait a long time. I'm just on the porch. So then I hear the door open. I see this old man.
When you go back to April 13th, tell me what happened.
And then he pulls out his gun. And I'm like, whoa. So I back up. He points it at me. So I kind of brace and I turn my head. Before that, I'm thinking, there's no way he's actually going to shoot, right? The door is even open. He's going to shoot through his glass door and glass is going to get everywhere. Then it happened. And then I'm on the ground. I fall on the glass, the shattered glass. And then before I know it, I'm running away, shouting, help me, help me. He only said 5 words.
He remembers it.
Don't come here ever again.
His mom, Cleo, concerned.
And I'm assuming, oh, this must be their grandpa. And then he pulls out his gun. And I'm like, whoa. So I back up. He points it.
When her son never returned back home.
I was worried already that maybe he had gotten a flat tire or something. And then we got a call from a strange number, and it was the police stating that they had him.
What were the doctors initially telling you, Cleo?
Oh, they didn't have to tell me anything. I'm a healthcare worker. He was partially alert when we got there, but it wasn't a pleasant sight. It was
when her son never returned back home.
I was worried already that maybe he had gotten a flu.
Yeah, so he was shot in the head and in his arm, and he lives to tell the story. And he looks like he's cognitively and physically moving. So it's still an awful situation where you can't even ring the wrong doorbell.
And so he got charged, and then his charges got dismissed too, right?
Yeah, he pled not guilty.
Not guilty.
So he's released after posting bond. He pled not guilty to the charges against him, but the trial has to happen. That takes a while. For the trial. So I mean, they might put into effect that he's 84 years old and blah 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 and old age or whatever.
Here's the thing. The same things happens at my house. People always go to the block over. Mm-hmm. Even when I take an Uber or a Lyft occasionally, when I didn't have my car. And they would say, we're sitting in front of your house. And I'm like, no, you're not. Okay, so I think about how I would feel if the Uber goes and somebody comes out and shoots them and say, why are you sitting in front of my house?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is like a human error. So we can't humanly error anymore without getting shot.
It's everybody's fear. That's just rape. But racism seems like it clouds common sense
and judgment.
Yeah. So, she said, my mom told me not to repeat the words I said about that old man. So,
okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just, yeah. 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 So, yeah, I'm just going to say, yeah.
So, let's go to a break.
Let's go to a break. All I can say, just Cynthia, is, to be politically correct.
Yeah. So let's go to a quick commercial and then we'll get into our topic of the day.
Yes.
Let's do this. Welcome to season 5 of the Be Your Own Kind podcast, where we interview individuals that are basking in the lane they have created. To keep up with all things BYOK, visit our website at beyourownkind.com. While there, stop by the BYOK shop to grab our merch to add daily inspiration to your life. BYOK has also created a Facebook group that offers giveaways, business advice, and lots of laughs, and most importantly, sisterhood. Have time for a chat or to just get acquainted with your girl? Go to our site and click under bookings to set up a 30-minute coffee chat. Be sure to tune into the BYOK 2 Cents Live every Wednesday at 9:20 Central Standard Time on the BYOK platform YouTube channel, or you can listen to us on Fluent Radio at www.fluentradio.com. Last but not least, if you love our content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share our episodes. Or if you feel so inclined, send a donation to our PayPal at paypal.me/BYOK24. Thank you for rocking with us each season and enjoy the episode. Okay. You heard the lady, which was happy to be me. Make sure that you follow me on Be Your Own Kind 24 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Facebook. If you want to just keep up with what's going on, go to www.beyourownkind.com and then go to the BYOK platform and just, subscribe. And right now, Fluent Radio, how you hanging in there? We got 17 more minutes with you guys. So if we're still talking, you can just head over to YouTube to BYOK platform.
Exactly.
So are you ready for the topic of the day?
Yes.
Hey, lovelies. Now it's time for the topic of the night. All right. Well, it is the night, not the day. So I wanted to start off with this quote, and then if you don't mind, I wanted to get into a short story as to why I even wanted to talk about this today.
Okay.
And so, courtesy of Femme Muse on Twitter, she says, "You can't hate yourself to happiness, nor can you condemn yourself to confidence. Self-talk matters. Be mindful of your inner dialogue."
Wow,
And I love that. I love that simply because I was on the phone having a conversation, and apparently my self-talk must have been just terrible because the person on the other line said, "Stop talking." And I said, "What?" She said, "Stop talking." She said, "Because you are just putting daggers in your plans and in your future." Oh, and I never thought about that. She's like, you're just speaking all the death in your life right now. Everything you're saying, I'd rather you just not talk at all.
Oh, wow, that's deep.
And so that kind of like sparked something inside of my head. I'm just like, oh, darn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, when we just saying stuff like, I'll never do this, I'll never do that, you're really, really speaking that into your life because the power of the tongue.
So a man speaking, so it is. So a man thinking, so it is. But when you think these things, sometimes you just think it'll be like, no, that's not a cool thought. But we actually say them.
We say this thing, I'm never going to do this.
I'm never going to
I'm never going to be this. Or this is never going to happen. And then you're like, why is this not happening? Because you're speaking your own death.
Yeah, it's bad enough other people do it to you.
Right.
And then you do it to yourself.
Right. But sometimes we're repeating, those are thoughts that also been planted in our head.
Exactly. That's where I'm going.
Yeah. So what do you think about? Like how was your inner dialogue?
Not good all the time. And sometimes it comes from like self-doubt or just if you branch out and do something by me being I am a practicing non-people pleaser. So a lot of times you put those systems, if you have something, you be like, I wonder how they gonna think about this, and you talk yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not because all the time you don't think you can't do it. Sometimes it's because you don't know how you're gonna be perceived if you do something.
Right.
Too. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like different facets of that. I did daggers to myself. I can't do this, I can't do that. And then when you do it, you be like, oh, wow, I did it. And it's like you surprise your own self.
Right.
Like you actually accomplished this.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because it's you. You should have all the confidence in the world about you.
Yeah, but I found we have more confidence about people. And when somebody says something about their self, we be like, don't say that about yourself.
Right.
But then you'll turn around and say the same thing to you.
But
you don't correct yourself.
Right.
You just go along with the whatever narrative is playing in your head. And so I just wanted to get into this because I think this is something we do involuntarily. Like we don't really know that we're doing.
We just do it so often till it's
It's just second nature. So instead of saying I'm never or they're nobody. First of all, nobody. I've said this a couple of times. Nobody always. Those are already fantasy because somebody does like you. This doesn't always happen. Right. And anytime it's like that, I'm like, okay, you need to calm yourself down. So I know you love your your websites. So I found this article that says, and we'll get through these kind of quick, 15 ways negative self-talk can damage your self-esteem and how to fix it. And I feel like this is something that we do without even thinking about. Number one, exaggerated ideas of responsibility, living in the performance. I love that. Driven rats race. Our society has become, has not been kind to us, and many of us have developed all sorts of cognitive distortions about responsibility as a result. Even taking on the responsibility of others and their reactions and their decisions. So we're really only technically responsible for ourselves. Right. And children, of course, you have them. But when they get a certain age, now they're responsible for their decisions and their consequences. You can be there for a person, but to assume responsibility? Yeah. That's why I said I'm a reforming people pleaser. Right. And so they said for distorted thoughts, here are a few ways to combat that self-talk. Be kind and gracious to yourself. Learn how to let go of things outside of your control, which is basically anything that has nothing to do with you. The capacity again. We always go back capacity, right? Establishing and reinforcing your boundaries to take care of your limited resources. Yeah. Right. So the second one is magnifying things. We talked about overthinking. Yeah. They said overthinking is the biggest cause of our unhappiness. Keep yourself occupied. Keep your mind off things that don't help you think positively. Now I talked to my husband about this, and he had an interesting take on this. He says when he finds himself about to overthink about something, he'll grab something like a crossword puzzle or something, and he'll get so engrossed in that moment that it'll stop the loop in his head of things. And I thought that was so smart. So if you're gonna be moving your mind, like divert that attention to something else. I thought that was a good. I do that sometimes. I'll start playing a game on my phone. Yeah, and sometimes that's fine. Yeah, it's just something to divert me doing what I do. To just stop the brain from going on loop. This is saying challenge your negative thoughts. That's also a good one. Like for instance, we talked about that no one, nothing. When you say nobody likes me, no, people actually do like me. Right. You know, maybe not that person, but that doesn't mean it's like everybody. The whole population or whatever, or consider what positive things people may have to say about you. Now that's where a lot of fear come in, and like a lot of social anxiety and a lot of public speaking is because I'm learning when we think that a person is thinking something about us, we're taking away their power of us learning who they really are. Yeah. Because we're projecting what we think they're going to say or how we think they're going to act, when in turn, we're not even giving them a chance to even to react. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody says something to you positive about you and you're so surprised that they said it? Like, you talking to me? You talking about me? Have you ever been in that situation? Yeah, here's a common one. Oh, girl, I like that dress. Oh, this whole thing, I just bought this in the closet instead of just saying thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's stuff we don't think about. We just do this automatically do it. Yeah. But I say, Renita, you're such a wonderful person. You're like, me? You talking to me? Or you say, Mom, that was such a positive thing you said. Me? Was it positive? That was just something I said. We don't really know. We don't even realize the impact we have with others or how people perceive us because we don't even take the time out to perceive ourselves. I love what you just said. I love that. We don't. And we're projecting really how we feel about us. When we're saying, I don't think people just don't like me or they don't take to me. No, it's something about you that don't think you're deserving of people taking it. Right. And we explore that and self-sabotage. We self-sabotage. And 9 out of 10, people do think you're cool or they're not thinking about you at all. At all. That's usually the case. People are really thinking about you. And you think people are really sitting up, really taking out the time to dissect you
so much. No, they're not.
In a way, is that arrogance? Because to think that nobody has anything else better to do,
no,
but to think about you?
It's just. I think it's just something we do to take the attention off of ourselves.
Oh, I like that.
This is something we do, you know.
Yeah, I like that. Jacinthia, what do you think about this? The other one is thinking in extremes.
That's me.
Instead of telling yourself again that nobody cares about you, we talked about this. Keep a written record full of positive experiences as concrete proof.
Yeah,
I love that. So if nobody loves me, so we'll get a sheet of paper and say people that love me. So when you have that thought, you can revert back to that sheet of paper and be like, you see all the list of people that do love you.
Yeah. Or either I just sometimes, I'm quote queen. I'll just read a positive quote and I'll be like, oh, okay. Just to make myself feel better about that. You know what I'm saying? Just to stop my mind from going over there when it should still be right here. I went all the way around the world and I never left this seat.
Still sitting there.
I'm still sitting here, but I'm way across town. Yeah. Right.
And then the other ones, remember that this is just a feeling. That is so important. Sometimes, even if it's unfavorable or uncomfortable feeling, I just feel it.
It's just a feeling.
I just feel it. I just let it pass because feelings are very temporary.
Yes.
They're never permanent. You know what I'm saying?
We make them permanent.
This is like a pot calling the kettle black for me. All of us. I was reading through this and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to get through all this because this is all stepping on my toes.
Right.
And I don't get on here talking about nothing that I'm not dealing with. I'm not going to say dealing with because that's still not positive. Right. But I'm going through a learning. So this is what I'm learning because I didn't realize that the little things that I'm doing, is not effective.
Right.
And I could be the one putting a knife in my own coffin.
We are our worst enemy,
Yeah, and we could be our best friend.
But
as with anything, it's a choice.
It's a choice.
Another one is using emotional reasoning.
That's me.
Emotional reasoning is when a person uses their subjective feelings as evidence and proof of a situation or decision, instead of referring to objective truth and reality. This results in procrastination. Why should I even try? Because, I'll get to it later. Why should I'll get to it later when this happens because right now this is not going to work out. You're already speaking death into a situation before you start doing it. Or depression. What's the point of doing it?
Right. We set ourselves up to fail. That's what I get from that.
Yeah, you setting yourself up. You're not even giving yourself a chance, a fighting chance. Another one is unhelpful motivation.
Oh my God. Okay.
I love this because it says with the should statement. I should be this way at 40. I should be making this much at 40. I should be a mom at 40. Let's say some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's not helpful because really all you're doing is telling yourself is you're past due.
Yeah.
You're out of time. You're running out of time. Right. Every time a year come, you think like, I'm gonna say I'm guilty of this. When I'm going from one year to the next, that in April, because my birthday is in May, in April,
oh my God.
I'm thinking of all the things that I didn't do from last May to this April.
Hold that
thought. Should do this and should do that.
Why don't you think about what
I did do? Right.
Why do we always go to what we didn't do or what we haven't accomplished or what we should have, would have, could have? Why don't we ever go with what actually happened?
Well, this year was different.
It was.
Because it was a decade. And I said, Renita, I thought about my 30 to 40 and I say, you rock the 30s.
Right.
I told myself that. I said,
you told everybody that wanted to listen.
I said, yes. And I'm telling you now, I rocked the 30s. I rocked them.
She rocked the 30s.
But that was good because it made me more excited because when I was coming from 20 to the 30s, I was so sad about what I didn't do from 20 to 29 that I went into my 30s sad.
But here's the thing. It's a compounding thing. It's not like overnight.
Right.
Everything is leading you to the next step, next step. But we still don't.
But I think it's just human nature to go there. That's why you have to fight to not go there. It's a training, just like with us exercising our bodies every day and getting into the habit. We have to train our minds to just not go there. When it does go there, then you have these tools to bring you back.
Yeah.
To bring you back.
Yeah.
And so number 6, thinking you can read minds.
Ooh. Stop.
Why do we have fake dialogues? When I talk to this person, if they say this, I'm going to say this. Or if they say that, or they just doing this because they don't care. And I have a prime example.
Oh my God.
You could call, like, you can talk to somebody and they'll be kind of snappy and you don't know why. And then you'll talk to them on there. They could just be having a bad day. It has nothing to do with you. Once again, arrogance to think everything is about us.
Right. That is arrogance.
And then when you do that, once again, you're not giving the person a chance to feel, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I did a grateful jar. I add the small accomplishments, small victories, and experiences that brought me joy and read them when I'm feeling blah. I love that.
Cynthia.
I love that.
Song.
I love her song. That is incredible. I can't even think of another word for that. That is incredible.
A grateful jar.
So that reminds you on them. That's again, that's a tool.
That's a tool
to help you move forward. Guilt tripping.
Oh my God.
I love the first sentence where it says guilt tripping isn't just a tool to manipulate others. It can also be used to beat yourself up with, leading to low self-esteem and negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should have did. Once again with the shouldas.
When I was 25, I should. Now I'm 60 and I didn't.
This is the best advice for this. Forgive yourself and move on.
That's what you have to.
This says it right here. I don't even need to go down anymore. No. Just forgive yourself and move on. And give yourself grace for who you were at that time.
Right.
Because if you do this, if I'm in the same situation at 35 that I am now at 40, I will do it much better because I have experience.
And you have the knowledge.
But some things are going to happen to me at 40 that's never happened to me before. And once again, I have to learn something. That's just life.
It's just life.
Everybody gonna make we make the best decision we can with the information and the experience we have at hand.
At that time.
That trip is a trip. You can pack your bags.
That trip
book a flight, and that guilt trip, that's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole. Okay, you messed up. Move on.
Right.
And that's easier said than done.
Every mistake is not a failure.
No mistake is a failure.
It's not a failure. It's what it is.
Right. I love it.
Just move on. That's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done, but that's what I tell myself, like, move past it.
Just, yeah. Please.
And then now, the guilt trip is the past. So if you go, then the number 8 says predicting the future, which is still a trip. Because now you are worried about everything that if you went from should to could.
Yeah. Or what might or what could happen. If I do this, then this could happen, but I don't know. Because first of all, you got to get up and do it to make it happen. While you're sitting there predict, can we just do the present, leave the past as an experience and move toward the future?
But here's the thing: how do you successfully focus on the present? Give me an example of how you do it.
Just stay focused on where I am, not where I was or where I should be or where I'm going, but being present in the moment. That's how I stay focused. Being present. Right now, we're sitting side by side on a live with 24 seconds fluid ready. This is where we are right now. Not last week. The topics aren't even the same.
So we can't be talking about what we talked about last week. Right.
We talked about something totally different, but we're in the present. Not what happened last week. Not what's going to happen tomorrow, but what's happening right now.
Oh, hey, Fluid Radio. See you next week.
Next
Bye.
week, Fluid Radio. But what's happening right now? Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. That's how I do it. Sometimes, not all the time.
For me to be in the present, I will say silently in my head 5 things I'm grateful for. Kind of similar to the jar, except it's in my mind. When I feel myself taking a trip to the past or the future, I'll sit there and say, number 1, I'm grateful for this. And it could be something so small, like, number 1, I'm grateful for the flowers that's sitting in front of me. Okay. Grateful for my mom sitting next to me. Grateful for just Cynthia being on my live. Thank you for, the opportunity to have a platform to encourage others.
Thank you for comment being paid so all this could be on.
Right. It's thinking of right now.
Yeah.
I am not and I'm not at a a deficit at this moment. Right. I have everything I need in this moment. Right. And that's what keeps me grounded. In the moment. Number 9, overgeneralizations, which I think is the same thing as overthinking. Yeah, pretty much. Analyzing feelings too deeply. And that's overthinking. Yeah, that feeling is. Or you just wake up and feel away. And you be feeling away, and you be like, why do I have this intense feeling? And I actually am about to do a short TikTok about this. You could just be tired. You could be tired. And you know what? You are not required to feel it every day. You don't have to feel like going to work every day. It's perfectly normal if you don't feel like it's there. If you just want to lay down today, but you're forced to go to work, it's okay. But check this out. It's okay not to be okay. It is. It's definitely okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay. And everything is not a deep therapy session. Because guess what? We are not. When you go on, this is a perfect example. When you go on to do something and it tells you, give you these squares, find the truck, and you try to truck. And then when you find everything, then it says, I am not a robot, and you have to check that box. That's what we should do. Check that box every day. I am not a robot. I love that. I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot. Check that box every day. I am not a robot. This could just be me having a human experience. I don't feel like the human experience today. I just want to eat some Haagen-Dazs and watch Netflix. That's what I want to do today. I don't care if it's 9 degrees outside and I can go to the beach. I just want to eat some Haagen-Dazs and watch Netflix all day. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Number 11, only thinking in black and white. Get you some colors. Oh my God. We tend to exaggerate expectations. Number 1, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, drop the expectations. Due to our inability to consider an expectation that lies between two extremes. As a result, we often fail to reach them and disappoint ourselves in the process. Yes. All of this is overthinking to me. So they're saying allow for grace and forgiveness. Focus on what has been successfully achieved rather than what is not. So and set unrealistic goals. It's okay to set a goal, but don't be hooked, like 100% hooked. If it doesn't happen that way, then you feel like you failed. Because life happens, or it might not be right now. Right. Like I think that with my platform, I'll be like, man, I work so hard. Well, since I moved, it's been weird trying to stay on schedule. But prior to that, it's like I work so hard. Why am I not getting the listeners and why am I not? And then I'll be missing. And then somebody will reach out to me out the blue and be like, hey, I missed you. Right. So I want all these numbers and I'm trying to work in. But why don't I just appreciate that one person? The person that's listening that missed me. I'm actually being missed. She said, allow yourself to be in that emotion. You are constantly adjusting your feelings and forcing yourself to be a picture of perfection. You'll drive yourself crazy. Yes, Cynthia. Because there's no such thing as perfection. There's no such thing as... That's not an absolute at all. It's not an absolute. No. Well, I'm so excited about this. Harsh narrative voice. Yeah, we're so hard on ourselves. Think of some of the thoughts that you thought today. Me. Now, you know that, I'm going to look this back up because I don't want to get it wrong. How many thoughts we think in a day? How many thoughts per day? 70,000 thoughts. In a day? And 90% of them are repetitive. What is the 90% of thoughts that is in your head? Just think of today. What were some of your thoughts, even if the repetitive ones? About when the wildfire winds were going to blow in another direction. Why is it still hazy outside? It was the same subject, just in different references. Now let's get deeper into this. So 90% of our thoughts are repetitive and 80% of those are negative. Oh my God, we got to do 80%. 80% of the 90%. Because the 10% is I gotta eat, I'm hungry. Oh yeah. But 80% of those repetitive thoughts are negative. Oh, we got to do better. But it's
Can you send me that?
It's a habit. We don't think about it.
That it is. We don't think.
We don't think about the things that we say in our head. That's why I want to talk about this and bring awareness to this.
We don't.
Oh, I'll never lose weight. You won't. I'll never pay these bills. You won't. I'll never get this job. You won't. Because you're thinking it and you're believing it. It's one thing to think it. It's when you believe it.
Yeah.
So I think because it's repetitive, you think it's real.
Right.
But thoughts are only like real when you make them real.
Because you're reviewing this over and over and
exactly.
over like a tape. What is it? A tape player.
Yes, thoughts is fallacy until you act on.
Until you act on.
Until you act on. You have to act on thoughts.
You do.
You have to like be intentional.
Yeah.
So if you're just letting your mind say these 80% of thoughts all day, you find yourself in a bubble and don't even know it.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff is stuff we've been told growing up.
Yeah.
That we haven't combated or healed. And we talked about that a couple of weeks about emotional self-care that we haven't dealt with, and we just going through life. But the same person said you weren't gonna be nothing, or you
always revert back to that.
You revert back to that when something happens, and if you notice some of the things you think is a seed that was planted in your brain that has grown over the years.
Yeah.
We need some, weed killer. Let's kill the weeds in our brain. Weeds. When I saw that statistic, I was like, that is deep. That is deep.
80% of 90% is negative. Man, I'm gonna go to that's a
yeah.
Next, can we go to the next one?
We almost there. Minimizing things. I'm good with this. Basically, in my opinion, minimizing things is ignoring them. Ignoring them. You know what? I'm not gonna look at my bank account or my budget. I'm just gonna just blindly pay bills.
You know, we be outside. Streetwise, if I did this,
I'm not gonna open my bills.
That's the thing.
Yeah. It's okay if John talks to me like that. That's just how he is.
No, it's not okay. And open up your bills. Yeah.
We minimize things that we don't want to deal
with. Exactly.
And then we beat ourselves up later for it.
Because a lot of times we perceive things that aren't so. That's why we do that. We perceive things as we want them to be, or how we think they should be or could be, not actually like sitting in these seats right now. Mm-hmm. We always projecting what we think something should be or want it to be, not what it is. This is black. It's not purple. It's not red. It's black. So,
but I want it to be purple.
But I want it to be purple so bad until you keep looking at it, and after a while, that black keyboard is gonna start looking purple to you because that's what you want it to be, and that's how we do. That's how we do ourselves, and that's how we do life.
Well, the mind is power. There are people that are racing with no legs. You can you can put your mind to anything. That's why it's important that we change what we're thinking. Because that is so important.
Yes.
So important.
You see people all the time. You're right. They're doing things and they have one arm or one leg, and we have all our facilities.
Check it. Today is Helen Keller's birthday. It don't get no better than that. She was blind and deaf, and look at all the things she accomplished.
Exactly.
What she put her mind to. What she could have focused on not being able to see and hear.
Right.
But she focused on her purpose.
And we can see and hear, and 80%, about 90% is negative. Now that's my aha moment.
And so the 14, I think, is the same thing. Habitual self-critique, which is basically overthinking. And number 15, some of these was kind of repetitive. Labeling others and yourself.
That's kind of like
thinking for other people. Yeah, so that was a pretty good list. But I want to end it on a good note. Because that one, I mean, how do you guys think about this so far before I get to the last slide?
This was good. This was good. Because it's things you don't think about.
That's what I'm saying. And so here are 4 tips to control your thought. Number 1, why didn't I start early? We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Instead, think the past can be changed. There's no better time to start than now.
That's what we said. Yep.
Then the other one is, what is the point in making an effort? Tomorrow isn't compromised. You can think instead, I'm going to treat each day as the last and make the most out of it.
Exactly.
The other one, this is too hard. I can't do it. You can think instead, success comes with a lot of hardship. Otherwise, everyone would have it.
Yes.
The last one, I have to start from the bottom while others were born into wealth. Or you could think everyone has different journeys and problems. comparing is only a waste of time.
Major waste of time comparing.
Now, see the difference of that?
Yes.
See the difference? And none of these were questions. These were all declarative.
Right. They crossed out the question.
So just anytime we are feeling these thoughts or we can combat it with something logical, something real, because thoughts are not real. Thoughts is like a bubble. If I blow a bubble now, it'll flow until it pops. That's how thoughts are. They're in and out, and we can't decide which ones we're going to entertain.
Right.
Yeah. And so, yeah. Any more thoughts on this?
No, it's that this 4 tips wound it up.
Yeah, this is great. I think I'm gonna put this on Instagram with the rest of the stuff, right?
Yeah, but I like this. I want to print this for work because I have on my keyboard. I have when my mind goes where it shouldn't be going. I have spiritual quotes, and I just have. I can't even think of them right now because I look at. See, that's the thing.
Yes,
I have them. Why can't I think of it off the bat? Why can't I think of? I thought about that wildfire right off the bat. I read these things almost every day, and right now I can't tell you what any of them says.
Well, you're a little distracted right now.
No, I'm not. But I read these things every day. Thank you for giving me grace and mercy. But they're right there in front of me every day, and some days I won't lie, I don't read them, but they're there every day as a reinforcement. Okay, why don't we use our reinforcements?
That's true. Yeah, left the video.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan McReynolds said comparison kills.
It does. We should not. Oh, no, we move
the thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Jonathan. Comparison kills.
Cynthia. Yeah, Jonathan. She said Jonathan McReynolds.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cynthia.
She saw Jay.
I think we passed the hour. I saw you are right, Cynthia. It does. Yeah. Because that's what happens. Even in relationships, that you were married to John for 10 years and you meet Eric. And then
I definitely will. I didn't know that was a song. I will definitely check it out.
And you comparing Eric to everything Jonathan did. You're not even giving Eric a chance. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my visual right now. That was my visual of comparison. Well, she did it.
Yeah, she did it and it worked for her. But
that ain't you ain't her.
Right.
And you don't know what she had to do to get that or do that. Oh, Jonathan McReynolds is a singer. Thank you. I'm back.
So I just want to get into this right quick because she brought it up. We can look at the lyrics together. Where it says, I can only speak for my world, where almost everyone has what they need. Other nations live with sickness, but over here we die from jealousy.
Wow. Because
it makes you chase what's not meant to be chased. Because you've possessed it all along, it comes to steal and hide what is real. Comparison kills. You spend all night admiring pictures. They make life look perfect as they should, but you don't know the picture story and how long it took to make it good. It makes you consider shoes you don't like, but when that shoe doesn't fit, wear what you will, despite how they feel. Comparison kills. The grass was fine till it looked green on the other side. Now you're believing that you fell behind. Why try to match what should be one of a kind? You're one of a kind. I love this. We all want to be successful and get mad when God's not in a rush, but waste our time just making copies. You'll see did not accomplish much. Pressure gets hot, and with heat comes mirages. So you think it's cool over there, your thirst is real, but water can't feel where comparison kills. Wow. He feels what you feel, so ask God to heal what comparison kills. Can I be indulgent like a songwriter? Can I say one more line one more time? Pressure gets hot, and the heat comes mirage, and with heat comes mirages. So you think it's cool over there, your thirst is real, but water can't feel what comparison kills.
Wow, we're going to listen to this.
I love this.
Those lyrics.
This is a post. I love this. Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you, Cynthia.
I love this.
We got to listen to that. Yes.
Yes, because that's right. we sit and we're envy, we're jealous, and we don't know what that person. Just like Coco Jones, she's been singing since she was 15, and she just so somebody could be jealous of her award, but she didn't put in years. You don't know what.
Or being unrecognized, not rewarded,
right?
All of that, and she's up there crying, and people say, "Oh, you know what they'll say? Look at that dress she got on." What? Are you hearing what she's saying?
You don't know what she's been through. You don't know what the next person been through. So while we're looking at people getting houses and people going, you don't know what process people have went through to get what they have.
You just don't know.
Yeah, comparison does kill, and that is a really bad self-interlock. What about my turn? That's a big question.
When is the question? When is it going to be my turn? When is it going to be my day?
But change that into, I'm so happy for such and such, because I know that wasn't an easy journey. And I'm so excited. I can't wait. You can even go to, I can't wait
till it happens to me. I can't wait.
Exactly. So it's all about.
I can't wait right now. I got a couple, I can't wait. But you got to be happy.
Yes.
For what you can't wait for when it happens to somebody else before it happens to you. Because you can push your can't wait back. What you harboring about somebody else. You can do that.
And once again, it's killing your progress, and you're missing the journey, and you're missing the lessons, and you're wondering why you looping. It's not that you looping, it's that you're standing still.
Right.
You're standing, your mind is moving, but nothing else is. You're standing still because you're stuck in that muddy mindset.
I like that.
Muddy mindset, and so that's why I said the daggers we speak, because we're killing our own future with the negative thoughts that we think in our inner dialogue.
About ourselves.
About us.
And
because nobody should speak more highly than us than we can about us.
Exactly.
And so
it goes back to that self-love, right? Nobody should love you, or you expect somebody to love you more than you love yourself.
Well, so first you gotta know you.
You got to know
and accept you.
But see, we be so busy trying to know and accept others till conversation we had earlier. We be so busy trying to help and do till we just let us we be sitting there ourselves be like, well, what about me? What about me? And you so busy over there, and then when you come back to yourself, you don't even know who you are.
Or did you ever know who you are? Because you're not who you were 5 days ago.
5 minutes ago.
We're constantly evolving, and that's why enjoy the journey. Enjoy it. Because you don't want to look up and be 80 and be like, man, I wish, some people say you don't know the good old days until you're out of the good old days. You don't know when you have it good until you're out of the good.
Exactly.
Why don't we just once again be in the present and enjoy where we're at, because it's exactly where we need to be.
Frozen moments.
Yeah.
We should be anything that's happening, like right now in this live. This is a live today.
Right.
Next week we can't experience the same thing we're experiencing right now.
We can talk about the same subject, but it'll be a different dialogue.
Because first of all, we'll be feeling different next
Why
week.
We talking about this again?
Right. And we was like, why are we talking about this again?
Right.
That would be the first thing. But yeah, frozen moments.
A coach I know would say, get ready to pass out eviction notices and evict the stinking thinking. I love that. Just if they got all the phrases.
Stinking
we gonna make you come on the show.
Yeah. Thank you. And just I did good. Thank you.
He wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. When you see the remake, you'll see it wasn't
that bad. But
I suffered through without you. But
did you suffer? Did you really suffer? Did you suffer? Oh Lord. So I hope that you guys at least put this in the forefront of your mind, because I've really been on this and I've really been reading about this and stuff like that. And I love this song. Like, I want to actually take that last Pressure Gets Hot, that part, and put that in the frame, because comparison does kill. You don't know what just enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life and be happy for others.
Exactly. We so busy focusing on other people, and our inner dialogue is killing us. She said, I'm sure you did just fine, Mom.
I did, but I'm so used to us partnering up. I miss my partner.
Okay, so we'll be here next week. Do y'all have anything you want to talk about next week, a topic, or y'all just going to keep leaving it up to me?
Shooting the Breeze. Oh, I'm sorry.
Shooting the Breeze is the 3rd
Okay.
Wednesday. We cannot shoot breezes every week.
I'm sorry.
You want to shoot the breeze, Mom?
No, we don't have to shoot the breeze. We shot it last week, so
I'm feeling hurt.
so hurt. I'm so hurt. Also, we did that last week.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
We'll think of something. We'll think of something. Well, it'll be July, so we'll see you next month, technically.
Right. Next month we'll see you guys.
And everyone, enjoy your holiday.
Yes,
it's the 4th. Enjoy your holiday. And as always, until next time, be sure to be kind to yourself and to others. Bye.
Bye-bye.